So you may have heard in the news recently that the TGA, which is the group that regulates medicines in Australia, they released a new safety alert around Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, and basically all of the other GLP-1 medications, specifically around the risk of suicidal thoughts and changes in mood. Understandably, that's pretty confronting to hear, and it's quite scary, especially if you are already on one of these medications or maybe thinking about starting one. So in this video, I'm just going to quickly go through what's going on, what these alerts mean, why these medications may be causing some mental health problems, and also, probably most importantly, what that means for you. So let's go. So what did the TGA actually say? So this happened on the 1st of December 2025, a couple of days ago from when I'm filming this, and the TGA basically updated the product warnings for the whole GLP-1 class. So that includes Ozempic and Wegovy, which contain the medication semaglutide. It includes Saxenda, Trulicity, and Mounjaro, which of course has the medication tirzepatide. Now, one of these product warnings was a class-wide warning about a potential risk of suicidal thoughts or behaviors. So class-wide means no single GLP-1 medication is responsible. It is just all the GLP-1s that are carrying this warning or risk. It's important to note that the TGA isn't saying we've proven that these drugs cause suicidal thoughts. What they're saying is that they have seen a few cases in the adverse events reports that are causing some concern. So these medications, they are still technically fairly new, and because of that, they are constantly being monitored for adverse events, which are side effects or extreme reactions to the medication. They're constantly collecting these reports from either individuals that are using them or from doctors or health professionals that are running into them. The TGA is saying that in these reports, they are seeing more than they would like to see with regards to the suicidal thoughts or changes to mental health. And it's particularly important to make people aware of this because of how popular these medications are becoming. Given how serious suicidal thoughts are, they want consistent warnings on all products, and they want patients and doctors to watch for mood changes in particular. So their advice is pretty simple. If you're on one of these medications and you notice new or worsening depression or unusual changes in mood or behavior, you should tell your health professional. But what I would like to spend some time on for this video is why people using GLP-1s may be experiencing changes to their mental health. So keep in mind that GLP-1s are being used for quite a few different health conditions like obesity, type 2 diabetes, chronic kidney disease, and also in people who have high cardiovascular risk. All of these conditions are also associated with higher rates of depression and anxiety, meaning that the people that experience these chronic health conditions, they're more likely to also experience depression and anxiety. Once we add medications into that, the risk can go a bit higher. Then on top of that, weight loss itself, especially fast or large amounts of weight loss, that in itself can lead to mental health changes. And that can be because of changes to your identity and how you see yourself. Also, there are comments from other people about your body. There's loose skin that is a result of losing large amounts of weight. There's changes to your eating patterns. There's social situations around food that can change because of the medication. You may not enjoy foods that you used to enjoy. Certain foods that you love, you may not be able to tolerate anymore. The medication might be making you feel sick. There's nausea. All of these things can all impact on your mental health too. Part of how GLP-1s work is that they act in the brain to suppress appetite. But the truth is, we are still learning about how exactly it does this and how exactly it works in the brain. We know it affects the appetite centers. It may be impacting on other brain circuits too, but this is all still being studied. And so when someone on a GLP-1 experiences changes to their mental health, it is really hard to say what's causing it when it could be the GLP-1, it could be the underlying condition like potentially the type 1 diabetes or the obesity, it could be life stress, it could be past mental health history, or it could be the experience of rapid weight loss. And that's why the TGA is talking about a potential risk rather than a proven one. So really, if you already have a history of depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, or any other mental health conditions, or if you're going through some major life stresses like grief, relationship breakdowns, financial stress, serious illness, you will require a bit more caution when using these GLP-1 medications. If you're already using a GLP-1, this doesn't necessarily mean that you need to stop, but you should also be checking in with yourself regarding your own mental health. For example, since starting or increasing your GLP-1 dose, have you maybe noticed that you are feeling more flat? Are you losing interest in things that you normally enjoyed? Are you feeling more anxious, more agitated or irritable since starting the medicine? If that is the case, if there's been any changes, then it is worth just taking it seriously and bringing it up with your doctor. They do need to know these things. Take your mood changes seriously, whether they end up being directly caused by the medication or not. That's what these regulators are asking you to do, and that is what the message from the TGA is all about. Now, if you found this useful and you are using a GLP-1 medication, I do also have a whole series of videos that I made on side effects, nutrition, and also protecting your muscle and bone health while you're on them. I'll leave those linked, or you can probably click here on the screen somewhere. If you're after more information about these TGA warnings, I will also put links in the description where they themselves go through the warnings. You can find all the information there. Particularly helpful probably if you are in Australia, because these warnings are for Australia. As usual, any questions, please put them in the comments, but I will see you in the next video, and until then, keep playing the long game.